We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Run that thing, bro. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer! Run that thing back. Nah, man, stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
We are live, guys. I'm Sam, Mr. Blitz Tech.
Revenue GS.
Jay, one further to Cybernotes.
And welcome to Avatar Way of the Water discussion. Today we're just going to break it down, our thoughts, opinions, everything else in life.
Spoilers.
Indeed. So you've been warned. Like the video, comment down below what you think of this movie, because we're about to dive into this James Cameron experience. We saw it in 3D, you know, the full thing,
Back
big
in
screen.
3D. Back in 3D.
Back in 3D.
If there was anyone who's going to do it, it's going to be him, innit?
Who else, isn't it? Who else?
Like, I actually had forgotten about 3D. Existed.
I don't think you'd be the only person, to be honest. I'm surprised they even still manufacturing glasses, but here we are. Who wants to dive in?
My Jake Sully son dies.
There goes the spoilers.
I just committed to that. To that death.
True.
No, but it was a solid visual galore, action-packed movie. I think that's the best way I can put this movie.
I really liked it. I think it pretty much ticked so many boxes. Like, I feel like Avatar was ticking boxes it didn't need to tick.
Mm-hmm.
But then also, I feel about this the exact same way I feel about the first one. I feel like it's a really good movie. It's great. Like, am I going to watch it again? Maybe one more time, 6 months from now, or in the lead up to the next Avatar movie. But other than that, like, I'm good. Like, I had a good experience. I liked the story. I liked where they've taken it. Even the things that I felt like I wouldn't like, I liked. And there's some twists and turns in there that I think are very, very spicy. So, yeah, man, I'm cool.
You see, you saying, like, oh, you're only going to go back, like, one more time. Is it because, like, the running time?
It's not because of the running time. It's just, like, it's weird, like, Avatar, because it's, like, it's the running time, I would say, is a part of it. But it's, like, if this movie was, like, 2 hours long, yeah, maybe you slap it on. But where it's, like, 3 hours and a half or something, or, like, maybe 5 hours,
Right.
it's just, like, you're kind of too epic to ever watch. Do you know what I'm saying? Or if it's like, I'm only going to watch you in the cinema. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, or when they do a re-release, or they do the double bill for the trilogy. I know it's wild. It's wild. But think about where we're at now. You've got to take your whole day to watch one of them. So you might as well commit the whole day for the double. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where they're at this point. You get what I'm saying? It's like sitting down and being like, yo, I'm going to watch Lord of the Rings. Nah, you're going to watch Lord of the Rings over the weekend. That's where Avatar, it already was that with the first movie, but now it's cemented. This is where I am. And if you want more cement, James Cameron's got what? 3, 4, 5, and 7 coming. Do you know what I'm saying?
That many?
You definitely will be stuck. I'm saying for a week at this point. But yeah, for me, I thought it was okay. Like I said, it's just a cinematic experience. Definitely you should be going and watching cinema in. I don't think, like, unless you got, like, I don't know what kind of TV you got at home, but most TVs nowadays ain't going to give you the same kind of experience you would at the cinema. Yeah, like, technically speaking, like, it's phenomenal. Like, I don't think I've seen, like I'm saying, I think humans and CGI being on the same screen and not having that kind of weird, uncanny valley feeling. Like, they feel like you're, like, gone into this world. You feel like you're also
fully
there.
immersed.
That's the immersion is real, basically. But for me, it's just the script, and that's where it falls apart.
I want to jump on you where you're talking about the uncanny valley thing. It's weird because watching this, when you see the human characters, you're like, you don't look right here. You stand out, and it's like almost. I was thinking about this as I'm watching it. I'm like, I wish that Transformers aspired to be closer to Avatar.
Not just Transformers. I think a lot of movies that try to do a CGI world. But then bare humans.
Yeah.
This is what we've been asking for time.
Yeah, this is why
they're giving it to us.
This is why I bring Transformers up, because I feel like of all of the franchises that need to get here, Transformers needs to get here soonest. If Transformers, if you want a future, you got a James Cameron Avatar the thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the vibe. You said the script. I didn't have an issue with the script. I really enjoyed the story, fam. I think that what James Cameron done in terms of like having tropes, flipping them on their head, doing stuff like, hey, bruv, I was here for it, bruv. Even chances man took, where I'm like, oh, that's risky. I'm like, bro, at least he's out here taking a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruv, there's bare man who will like, do it, and then pull it back. And he's like, nah, man, like, I put us on this road, I'm committing to this road. Like, one of the things I like, when we're in full spoilers, is one, first, the fact that Stephen Lang's character's back as the villain. And I'm like, I'm so gassed because Stephen Lang in the first movie was like pinnacle villain. And I'm like, and as going in, I haven't really thought about what's going to happen in Avatar in between. But I didn't really think of who the villain was besides, are they going to invade again? Bringing him back in a younger, I don't even know what the word is.
Avatar?
No. Appropriated body is better, because I would say the others, you know, the first gang, James, Sully and them, man, them man were avatars. Like they jumped into an avatar. These man have commandeered and cloned the thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, I like that. He's younger, he's faster, and he's different. Do you know what I'm saying? He's different.
That's why I feel like later on, man's gonna join the team, innit?
Do you know what? I wouldn't be mad at it.
No, I'm not gonna be mad at it as well.
I wouldn't be mad at it either.
That's why, for me, the story for me is fine. Like you're saying, I feel like you're saying as well, the 1 and 2, I feel like they're the same, but it's not the execution, but it's just the way most characters pull things off in the movie. I'm like,
you're gonna have to be more specific with this, bro.
Okay, one, what's his name? Spider?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That character for me is just wishy-washy sometimes. I'm like, I understand, but I don't understand. Is it the execution or something?
I think it's the execution.
Up in the air about
I thought about that as well, because like...
What specific part with Spider?
You know what I'm saying?
The flip at the end, or what?
It's not the flip, it's the little conflict, and they only gave us like a little nugget
every single time.
At the beginning, when they were at the tube with the girl's mom, and he said something, everybody went quiet, because like obviously they were talking about having a dad. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing they gave us away. And this is why he makes the decision he makes at the end. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm cool with it. I didn't think we needed more. I feel like my issue with Spider as a character at all was that when it's like every time he's been captured, for anyone who ain't watching, he's captured and he's pretty much working with the enemy. Anytime they show them, man, doing something wrong to the people, I always felt for him. Like, and even though the dynamic between him and his dad wasn't, I would say, built strong enough, that kept me going with the character. And then, with the flip, what kept me going there was not him, but the mum, Navi, Zoe Saldana's character, because they showed from the beginning she weren't fucking with him.
Yeah.
From the beginning. So when she wraps him up and she's like, hey, I'll kill him, I loved it. And even the fact that the colonel, who's been like, oh, I don't care about this boy, bruv, in any situation, that has to be his demeanor. Do you know what I'm saying? Even before he was in a hostage situation, he said, oh, I don't care about this you. That doesn't mean he didn't care about me. It means I cannot afford to show emotion for this you.
Because he's about the mission.
Exactly. And so when it all happened, I felt like, yeah, man, Spider's calm.
Even at the beginning when he was like, look, me and you, we're not the same. We're not even
the same species.
And I was like, I see what you're doing there, but you don't believe that. I know you're just saying that.
I don't think it was a matter of him even believing it. I think he was legitly just saying it.
They're like calling the bluff.
Yeah. He was legitly just saying it.
I thought he was just saying it just to like... No. But between him and the guy.
No, but he doesn't know the conflict that they had... Or what's the
Navi, the wife.
Yeah, and Spider had. That's why I'm like, oh, she's definitely going to do it. But he didn't know that. It's like, oh, yeah, do it.
That's why he thought she was going to kill him.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't know the conflict that they have. Yeah, that's why it's just on their side. It's like, oh, yeah,
that's why I love it, bruv. I feel like they built in that situation such a dynamic that, bruv, you never really see that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, usually it's the kid that goes to the other side. He's the one who gets killed. He's the one who ends up, oh, I've got to make up for what I've done, and he dies. Instead, they get the son who's been being honourable the whole time, looking after his brother the whole time. He takes the L. Bruv, that is
That-
like
that death got
that
me,
whole
man.
thing
Yeah,
beautiful. Like
that
they
death
put
was-
that whole part together beautiful. And I think you can't get one of these pieces without having the other pieces, especially the way they set it up in terms of Spider being on the other side, Spider being like, yo, we gotta go back, them like having to leave, them like having to come back, like all of that.
I think
Bruv.
that's mad spicy, especially for what's to come as well.
It's fire,
like,
bro.
The conflict that's put like in motion now for the third movie, I think that really is gonna ramp it up. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying at the beginning, the conversation I had with the Colonel, then a son for a son, then the older son gets murked, and even Fink said Sam Worthington's character Jake Sully goes, oh, son for a son at the end when he
100%.
hugs the man. Do you know what I'm
100%.
saying? And so these things, I think, really gonna play an important part in the third movie.
Yeah, man. Bro, so just in terms of the Spider character, I thought it was alright, man. I was here for it, bro.
One thing I feel like not conflicted but a bit baffled is the girl who had the connection with the mother.
Her mum
is the scientist.
Her mum in the thing, yeah.
They buried her, right?
Yeah,
they buried her
she became connected to the world.
When
So
they
that
buried
girl,
her.
yeah. So
And
that
that's
girl
why-
with the powers,
Okay.
like her mum is the earth, bro.
Right.
That's why she's got the everything. That's why she can
Okay.
control this, control that.
I wanted to.
When they showed her sleeping in the forest and it was like the grass
That's
that's
basically Gaia.
yeah,
Like,
bro,
mum
yeah.
looking after her.
Woo.
Yeah.
So you have played Horizon,
No, I play God of War.
Gaia.
Yeah.
Guy is from Horizon.
Bro, Gaia is everywhere, isn't it?
All right, cool.
Gaia didn't. Anyway, yeah, go on.
But yeah.
that must be like a tech side that I don't know of. But
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought that was fire. I thought her character, bruv, I really enjoyed pretty much all the characters. I'm trying to think of a character I didn't like. The character I didn't like is actually a side character. The Dr. Ian Garwin. It's the guy on the I know.
On the boat.
The guy on the boat who's like,
Do you know they explain?
yeah, that guy, bruv.
Yeah.
Just throw him off the black. It's like we've got a movie, where like we're not explaining everything just a little bit, but then you've got this guy who's like, oh yeah, I've got to make sure everyone knows what's going on. He was so like,
That's what was so
he
weird.
was so dead for me, bro.
Because I didn't mind the not explaining too much. Because obviously, like you're saying, I rather like
We're in a world, we're immersed.
yeah, like you're immersed. Like everything is basically being shown to you and not like told to you. Because at some point I was like, wow, there's like no exposition. I'm like, all right, fine. Now we're just through the eyes of like Jake's family and whatever. I was like, all right, that's cool. And then when he started doing it, I was like, all right, that's a bit weird.
Mm.
And then I think there was another part where I thought that's also a bit weird that you're now trying to do exposition rather than us living the world. So that's what I thought script-wise was a bit strange. But then I think that conflict as well was too easily resolved at times.
What conflicts?
So I think, okay, the sons, the chief and Jake's son.
I thought that was good.
But then I think it was just too quick.
I thought
like Batman went
thought
into
a 3-hour movie, Joe.
yeah, but that's what I'm
thought
saying.
it
Like I
was
thought it
good.
was just like just added because like get this done in now rather than later on. So
Right.
like
The thing-
first they had to fight,
Mm-hmm.
then the fight happens. Like, okay, yeah, like we're just friends now. Let's go out to the thing. Man's obviously being a kid. He's now used to the thing. Then he has to go. They've told him, my son just left him stranded. Then now, after that fight, they're friends again.
Mm-hmm.
Then he's like, the one that's been the world that's an outcast. He's not really there killing people. Oh yes, he is. Oh, you guys aren't listening to me. You just bust case again. I'm like, you just became this like friends. You're okay. Then you're not okay. Then you're okay again. Like it just felt like sometimes it was just a vehicle to move the story forward. And I feel like there were scenes that could have been either padded out a bit more because we've got the runtime. Because man was clearly showing off in other parts. I'm like, all right, cool, James Cameron, you're doing
You
your
have to
thing,
explore.
man.
You have
As
to
he should.
explore
I know he
the world.
does,
As he
but
should.
I was like, for me, just a little bit more here.
Lay it
a
on
little
the
bit more
table
there.
if you got it, bro.
Listen, I build this world. I
Lay
build this thing.
it on the
I
table.
know.
Lay it on the table.
I know, man. I was me personally anyway, so yeah.
Right, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know the whole thing when you was talking about the exposition and stuff? I thought that was just the writing team covered themselves. Because obviously when the big world team comes to fight at the end, he's fighting like a soldier, innit? Like, blocking, ching, ching, parry.
That was
like,
legit.
so I was like,
Super
okay, like, I
legit.
see what you guys did there. Like, you covered yourself so no one's asking, yo, where did that come from? These men are not supposed to fight between themselves, especially when the king laid out the law of like, yo, at this point, they're banished killing each other. You know what I'm saying? So I was actually calm with that.
Nah, yeah, man. I thought it was tough. In terms of that exposition, it's like besides that one guy,
Right.
and I think it was his delivery of it, because it was like, oh, we've got an arsehole on the boat with the harpoon. Let's make sure we not like someone's getting at the arsehole. Like it was just too like, bro. You work with them.
Yes.
You're there every day.
That was actually a bit jarring.
Like, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like that.
But then at the end he was like, this is why I drink.
Yeah. Like absolving himself. Like, bruv. Just
Bro.
they could have dusted that. Like, and that is like even at this point, man's just nitpicking because it's like I thought the whole thing was fire, man. Yeah, bruv.
I think Zoe for me is like the runaway of this whole movie.
Easy.
Easy. Bruh, I was like, that's her.
Easy.
When? Is this the same one that's what do we call it? What other movie? She's obviously
Gomorrah.
doing Gomorrah. What other movie she's in? Oh, I keep thinking of it's not
Colombiana.
You're thinking of the Brazilian one.
Where she's an assassin.
Colombiana.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's
Colombiana.
Yeah.
I was like, rah, like for me, she blew me away. Especially even the kids as well. Like them playing obviously half breeds or whatever you want to call them, mixed breeds or whatever. I thought that was actually pretty tough.
Of all the Avatar type characters, Sam Worthington was probably the worst, bro.
That's what I'm saying because
he was the worst.
He's obviously he's been in
worst.
a body transformed into
So maybe,
a Navi. So it's like
maybe that's what it is, like, because if I don't know, like the kids are great. All of them, the kids are great, and Zoe Saldana's fire as well. Like even the troops on the other side, you don't get to spend too much time with them, and they're really just acting like Marines. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't even have to judge them. But Sam Worthington, like, it's not like he was bad, but I felt like he was a bit off. Do you know what I'm saying? I felt like I understand that it's been a long time. He's changed. He's a dad. He's trying to think about protecting his family. But at the same time, I'm like, bro, this was maybe my only major issue with him. Is like, instead of running, he should have just like where he gets to at the end of the movie. He should there's no reason why he shouldn't have been there at the beginning. Do you know what I'm saying? In terms of I got to protect my family and we got to take this head on because
in the forest, you mean? Yeah, I hate that.
That's I didn't like that. I felt like they should have found a better vehicle to get them to go to the water.
They're like
water
almost
village.
the sky people are coming. Join us,
yes,
rather than run somewhere and be like,
and bring the beef there. Yeah, like
it felt like, yo, man, you're just bringing destruction everywhere.
Yeah,
the thing is, at the end, you're trying to bust case, and if it wasn't for the king, you would have gone taking that beef to elsewhere.
Exactly. You would have been in the desert in the next movie
with
the desert people fighting them, and I'm like, what they should have had is something.
Destroy of tribes.
Yeah, something in the forest. The forest people should have had almost something happen where it was like, look, Jake, like, bro, like. They're gonna keep coming unless you go. Like they've either got a banished man somewhere else, or they're putting up a front. But if they put up a front, it's kind of like in this. Even though it's a bigger beef, the beef is smaller. Do you know what I'm saying? Because in the first movie, it was like almost like the War of the Worlds. Yeah. Like, but in this, it's just like, no, we're just hunting him. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like they've made the world bigger, but they've made the conflict smaller. Do you get what I'm saying? So I felt like if he then rallied the people, it would have been too easy. Yeah. It would have been too easy because then he would have had because like he beats them with just the water people and pretty much on his own single handedly. If he had taken the people from the forest, it would have been a wash for them, man. Because bear in mind the other humans are there and they're just like, no, we're just mining. We're just mining. Like we're not even beefing. We're just mining the world. We're terraforming. We're doing whatever we're doing. And it's like they're attacking them, but there's no backlash from the humans until they're like, no, this unit's going in. So I like that, but it's just they should have separated them from the forest people a bit differently.
Yeah, like I don't know, maybe like even the saying of like the fact that okay then the forest people are like we're not moving anywhere, and then he's like, what about people in the water? And then the forest people are like, we don't mess with them. Yeah. And he goes and finds out
like,
why.
okay, I'll go save them myself.
Yeah.
Oh, cool,
and then obviously, unfortunately, he goes there, oh, I'm from the forest, oh, we don't mess with you. And then maybe we're trying to find the conflict of reasons why the forest...
Yeah, bridging the gap.
Yeah, and then, but unfortunately, it's too late. Their man come to the war, so there is
but the thing is,
no way to call the forest people, so they have to fight them there.
We need to have something to circle back to in Avatar 5.
Yeah,
when he unites everyone.
All of them, yeah.
So this is why I was interested because like at the end of the movie when he's like, "Yo, I'm a water person now," when he's linking up with the water tree, I'm like, okay. But then in terms of this thing's called Avatar. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, him then being the guy who's not the destroyer of tribes, but the uniter of tribes because he's been with the rain, he's been with the water. I'm sure we're gonna get some new like James Cameron's like, yo, what element can I use next? Basically, do you know what I'm saying? So he's gonna probably be the one bringing all of these things together later on down the line. So
Yeah, the world building in this
They did it right,
property
man.
is crazy. Like even the times where we just like literally go away from the story and hey guys, it's tour time and we're just going for the water, which is something that was super sick because I think we did a trailer reaction and was like, yo, how can they make this world better than when they first bought Avatar? Because obviously it was ahead of its time. Doing it in the water and spending mad time in the water is super sick. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like. Even like it felt obviously like man just came from Thailand and did bare scuba diving, and I'm like, yo, fam, I'm back there again. Like obviously we did with the 3D glasses, so it's the what they've done visually, like, bruv, super sick.
And, do you know what, in terms of visually, it's mad as well. Like, and I was like, yo, bruv, why does James Cameron wait right till the end of the year to drop this? And I was just like, I think he's actually being nice to people, you know. Because, bruv, if this shit came out before Aquaman, not even, and Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, it's very
so they're not in the running for anything this year?
It's not even about the awards. I'm just talking about technically, bruv, because the way the water looks here and the world looks, and then you think about Wakanda Forever, and it's just like. It's not even close, bro. And I'm interested to see, like, this time next year, we'll be watching Aquaman 2. And I want to see that, you know what I'm saying? What that looks like
when he watched
in comparison.
Aquaman, what do you think he was thinking, like, when he was watching that movie?
He laughed, bro.
The thing for me is just like, for me, it's like, he's looking at it like, I don't know, bro. Like, they all try to do it very differently. And I don't understand, like, why there's not a general consensus for under the water stuff. Do you know what I'm saying?
There is, but man's got a budget of 400 million though.
Nah, there's not, man. I don't think that, brother, even if we take James Cameron out of it, and you think about all the other movies where they go underwater, everyone handles it differently. Yeah. Like in DC, they're firstly, in one movie, they've got water bubbles where there's a pocket of water and they're talking in the air. Then in the Aquaman, they're underwater and they're talking underwater. Then in, what do they do in Wakanda Forever? In Wakanda Forever, they're talking underwater as well, right? Like, it's just...
Over here, they use science, which is so sick. Like, they even take man out of the movie. Like, one bit.
So it's just like... You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like there's a general consensus. Like, when you're flying, there's a general consensus of how you do it. Do you know what I'm saying? In these movies. So, it's just... It's funny. You're just saying it's the budget. I think if Marvel got the budget, and they still ain't be doing this, bruv. Bruv, Avengers, Endgame, Infinity War, them movies don't look as good as this, bruv. And they're pouring everything into that. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I hear what you're saying still with that. But still, like, I don't, like, even at some parts...
I think it's him. Legitly
him. Yeah, him
He's
overwatching everything. Like, if something feels like a pixel out of place, it's like, nope.
He knows, bro. He knows.
But I feel like budget does still play a huge part in that. Because this, like I said, when they got underwater and stuff, the way is stupidly crystal clear. Like Raven was saying, I feel like I was underwater myself at one point. I'm like, wait a second, no, I'm watching Avatar. But like you said, in other movies... Like in, let's say, Wakanda Forever, there's like a weird gloss when Namor goes underwater, and I'm like, I blatantly feel like this is a movie. Well, like, for me personally, I don't know, because I'm not in the current room with these, man, but like I said, there is something that maybe is technically holding some people back, but they're like, let's do this because we can't do that. You said something.
Yeah,
and there's someone like James Cameron where it's like,
this
is the way to do it.
Yeah.
And I know my team can do it. So, bro, maybe like you're saying, it's talent. We heard it in some places where it's like...
to be honest, after what, like him talking about, his thing's not on the same level as Marvel's thing, but both of these things are both being produced at Weta Studios.
Wait, was he the one that was sending shots?
I don't believe...
Superhero movie.
He said, he just said that the Marvel special effects ain't the Avatar special effects. That's what he said.
And they're both coming out of Weta Studios.
And they're both, exactly. So that's why I'm like...
So is it time and money then?
I think it's James Cameron.
Yeah, I think it's
James Cameron.
And him and his team.
I think it's James Cameron.
They fully understand.
Legitly James Cameron.
And they create this thing. Think about it. Like,
bruv.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see documentaries and stuff because, like I said, if these man... When was it? In fact, I'm not saying that. I don't know when the production time was, but it's like...
Even if the production times for this is 5 years, some of these men are starting after him.
Mm-hmm.
Technology should have... Exactly. And technology should have been moved forward from when they started with it. And his thing's still better than this. Do you get what I'm saying?
So it's in the then time. But because obviously he's got, I don't know when this was, but if you give him 5 years, you're gonna give him 2 movies as well, and you're like, take your time. If man wants to push a movie back, you ain't gonna, like you're saying, are you stopping Cameron?
I don't think there's an issue with that. It's like Marvel were here churning out 4 movies in a year.
Exactly, yeah.
Bruv.
So if you gave
There's a lot of crunch. There's a lot of crunching involved. Bruv, they've got 5 years. They don't want the 5 years. They want to slam us with movies. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no, bruv. It's not us asking Marvel for 5 movies a year.
Right.
It's them,
definitely not.
it's them being like...
Yeah, exactly. So then the quality, for me, for Phase 4, it's a bit iffy, innit?
I'm not involved.
Boy.
I'm not involved. I'm just saying
it's
like...
interesting question.
I'm just, it is because it's like Avatar are like, yo, we're going to take 5 years, bruv. Even if you look at something like Transformers, they're putting out, 1 movie every 2 years, bruv. And they're busting up $1 billion. Like, different source for different... You know what I'm saying? You get me?
Indeed. But Avatar, it's done the thing, without question, to be honest. So.
Like, fire. Love it. I feel legit, man.
He's hitting $1 billion or more.
That is going to be the...
I'm going to say yep. And I'm going to say yep because of Top Gun. Top Gun gives me hope that Avatar can do a similar thing. I would say Avatar is almost like the not supernatural, what's it? The sci-fi Top Gun. There you go. Whereas it come out 10 years ago, 13, 14 years ago. It's had fanfare. It's at the top of its game. We're dropping a sequel, and the sequel's good, even though it's long. I think that it can do it. And James Cameron's going to put it in cinemas every 6 months until it gets to $1 billion anyway. So,
we're making sure we're doing these, guys.
You get me? They're making the bridge back, 100%.
What were you saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Like, to me, it's just, like, it feels like this movie feels better than the first movie. There is more to it. It's more things were poured into this movie. Do you know what I'm saying? So, if it doesn't, I'll be very shocked.
Wait a second. No, it's not. Isn't it $2 billion they have to make?
Yeah,
to make his money back, but the question you asked was about $1 billion. That's what I said yesterday.
That's $1 billion.
Yeah, $2 billion there.
$2 billion.
It's a whole different thing.
That's
It's a whole different thing. We're going to have to be talking about that when Avatar 3 is coming out. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wait.
So, but, you get me?
But yeah, it's down to you guys.
If it makes $2 billion,
for me, I feel like if it has to make $2 billion, it's down to word of mouth. That is like, go watch the movie because I enjoyed it. I feel like you will go enjoy it. But that's like
we're getting Avatar 3 regardless.
Yeah, different because that's like that's been what, back to back?
Yeah, I think I
three
think
back to back,
3 and 4 were back to back.
Oh crap! Yeah, it's mad.
Because no, he secured the bag intelligently. He did it intelligently.
James Cameron, it's mad. But guys, what are we rating this movie?
I'm here on a solid 4, man. 4.5, 4.
I'm with a 4.
Somewhere in there.
I'm with a solid 4 for this movie.
Ooh, guys, Avatar: The Way of the Water, solid 4.
Wait, what did you give?
You gave it a 4.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought he was trying to escape.
No, you gave it a 4. It's calm.
Solid 4 still. But yeah, guys, let us know in the comments down below. What do you think of Avatar: Way of the Water? Do you think it's gonna reach $1 billion? Are you ready for parts 3, 4,
9,
5, 9?
So
I know this man won't stop.
Yeah, Fast and the Furious, lads.
He's gonna show the whole planet at this rate.
Get me?
And possibly others. And he won't stop. Don't let him stop, please. And we'll see you in the next discussion. I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech.
Revenue GS.
J1 for the Cybernerds.
Peace.